The debate of buy versus build has been going on and will continue to go on for years to come. Each ultimately has its own benefit and downside and risk that sits with each of the decisions that they make. Fundamentally, I believe that financial institutions need to own the elements of the platform or elements of the product which are unique to them. They are the unique value proposition which are critical to those financial institutions. They are the USP which should be retained and owned by the financial institutions. The commoditized elements of any particular platform, whether you buy it versus build it, are the pieces that I believe should be taken to market to deliver ultimately for others, which could be ultimately bought. Because the challenge that you have ultimately with the buy versus the build, that in some respects, if you choose to buy it, you will be locked into a particular vendor and be held ultimately to that vendor on the product, features, functions, speed and upgrade cycle that ultimately it brings. In some respects, these institutions may or may not move as fast as you would wish to innovate. But if you are locked in with a particular vendor on a buy strategy, this can ultimately slow you down and cause frustration. On the other hand, if you take a build strategy, you are having to leverage the skills that you have internally or build those skills internally and retain those skills internally to develop the product or build and develop, test that product yourself. If your product is not specific or unique and that functionality is available in the marketplace from a competitor off the shelf, it's a difficult challenge to yourself to suggest why would I go versus a build versus a buy component if the availability of that functionality is readily available. If there are elements which are so specific to you, which you believe are your USP, which you believe are why institutions and customers are ultimately going to work with you, my counsel would be to build it. If you are looking for a Me Too service which is perhaps less personalized, less specific, less unique, then in most respects I would look at a buy strategy.